this is a recorded chair yoga for all levels. So if you'd like to use a strap and or some blocks, feel free to do that. And some recommendations for music, since this is a recording. Sometimes I have music in the background, sometimes I don't, just in case, when it's a live class, I want people to be able to hear me. And some of the pre-recorded stuff is usually what has the music. But this one is coming from a live class that I teach virtually on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Everyone is welcome. But so for that, the recommendation is typically like if you have YouTube or you pay for a Spotify, something where you won't have a lot of commercial interruptions, you could find like just some soothing, soft, like background music, maybe some background music if you search like meditation music. If you get into frequencies, there are different frequencies for love, healing, happiness, letting go. You could search one of those, and that music, for most part, tends to be nice and calm in the background. Or you could just enjoy being in your body with no music and then following along to the movements. So adapt them as you need. I'm in a sturdy seat here with a yoga mat underneath to help keep it sturdy. But if you're in like any sort of chair with wheels, or you are doing this like in bed or on a couch, just be mindful of your space, any movements that the seat may do. And so, like if I'm going in for a forward fold, you might not want to go all the way down, or you might be able to go all the way down, just depending on the chair. Some chairs kind of tilt with the body and weight movement, so you just want to be cautious of that. So we'll go ahead, and this is a chair yoga for balance. That's physical balance, that's mindfulness, and just welcoming balance back to the body, the energetics, and the spirit, and just kind of enjoy being in this moment with the body. And through stretch and asana, we're going to welcome balance into our bodies. So our bodies have, depending on where you go with it, have chakras and have these energy centers. And so with movement and kind of this consciousness of our thoughts, we start to bring awareness to our body and start to open up or get static energy moving once again. That can bring balance to the body. There's also this knowing of kind of a left versus right, a feminine versus masculine, and like a yin versus yang. Some people say yang, so just dependent on how you pronounce that. So the right side is typically related to the yang or yang. Left side is typically related to yin. The right side tends to be the more take action, masculine, can be also connected to those lower energy channels or chakras. The left is related to more of that feminine, creativity, art, music, dance, this sensualness and compassion, its emotions, kind of this heart over head versus right is head over heart. Now, I always find interesting is that if you're right-sided, it's your left brain, and if you're left-sided, your right brain. So that's always kind of where the mix comes in there. That's interesting because the brain is kind of its own thing. We have our mind and our brain, our patterns, you could say, come in from the brain. You're breaking patterns, but you bring them into awareness with the mind. And so such is such. And so we're kind of welcoming all of that into our awareness in this class and making space to release what no longer resonates and take the time to move with the body and just be in the body. And for some, it might just be that you want some movement and that you're working on physical balance, and that's fine too. So go ahead and just start to get connected to your breath. Roll back the shoulders, relax the elbows. The feet can be soft. Maybe they touch the bottoms of the mat, maybe not. Something you can do where my heels tend to lift up just because I'm a little bit shorter. So my feet don't want to really fully touch sometimes on the floor of the mat, and or the backs of my calves might be really tight, or hamstrings. So the heels kind of lift. So it's nice to either bring awareness and allowing the feet to find a restful place on the floor. Or if you want to keep it a little more relaxed, you could also have a block underneath and just let the feet kind of rest on the block for a moment, as long as you feel safe and secure. Allow the back to just relax on the back of the seat. I don't recommend doing this class if you don't have a back on the chair, just for balancing reasons. Let the arms go soft, either in the lap, at sides, maybe palms facing up to welcome outside energy and connection to source and universe. And then just connect to the breath. Just start to, just breathe, inhaling, exhaling, be mindful of the breath. Noticing your inhales and exhales and where they go in the body. Belly and back are still soft right now. Feet are soft, legs are soft, hands are soft. Just noticing the breath. As you're breathing, if any particular thoughts come to mind, just think those thoughts and then bring your awareness back to your breath. So it might be like, oh, grocery store pops up. And it's like, wait a minute. And just think about and come back to my breathing. To really welcome yourself to that present moment. It starts to bring awareness to those energy channels. As you're breathing, inhaling, exhaling, notice slowly as you're breathing, do you feel your breath in just your chest? Or do you feel it moving down to the belly? Do you feel it in the shoulders, the shoulder blades, or the back? Or even down into the lower chakras, into the lower body and the legs? And just notice if you do or don't, or where you feel it. Now, if you haven't already done so, start to welcome slower, more profound breaths. So by this, slow and deepen your inhales, and typically take them through the nose. Fill up the body, fill up the chest, fill up the belly, hold it for just a moment, and then release. Now, you could release out of the nose or the mouth. That's up to you. We're inhaling through the nose again. Exhale, release. Hold this a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hello, welcome. We're just getting started. So I am recording this class so that it will be available later. I'll post it to YouTube. So just getting settled into the practice. This is a chair yoga for balance, balance of body, balance of mind, some nice slow moments for meditation, and just getting into the breath. So go ahead, if you already haven't gotten set up in your space, you're going to want to have a nice sturdy chair. You could have some blocks, and you could even have a strap if you'd like, a yoga strap that can assist you with some knee lifts possibly, but you don't have to have these things. You really could just have yourself seated. So with welcoming self to get centered into the present moment, just going through some inhales and exhales. So the body is still soft. So just getting settled in your seat, shake anything out if you need. The feet can be soft. If you're maybe shorter like me, like I'm a little bit shorter, so I have a block underneath the feet just to get started. Just to have something to, have the feet be restful on, but you don't have to have a block underneath the feet. And then I also am just allowing my back to stay relaxed on the chair. So hey. So just starting getting settled in this whole theme of this class is a bit more slow, balancing the body and breath, and then going into that moment. So if you'd like to have the blocks or the strap, go ahead and do so. But you don't have to. Totally up to you. So just, kind of getting settled in, shake anything out, and then allow the hands to find a restful place. They might be on the thighs or the side of the body. The eyes for the breathing portion can be soft or they can be closed. It's really up to you how you choose to get settled in. And then just bring awareness to that breath to start. So as the hands are soft, the body is soft, the spine and belly can be soft for this. Just welcome awareness to breathing, your inhales and exhales. And just enjoy welcoming that awareness to the breath. So moving at your own pace, your own time with your breath. As you exhale, check in, relax the shoulders as you exhale. If the jaw or neck are feeling tight, allow the jaw or neck to relax. You could allow the tongue to relax. And by that, if the tongue is maybe touching the top of the roof of the mouth, you can allow the tongue to relax and move away from the roof of the mouth for a moment. And just allow the legs to find stillness and relax as you're breathing. Taking a few breaths. Noticing where you feel the breath in the body. Do you feel the breath in the chest or belly? Do you feel the breath in the back? Now, as you continue your breathing, we'll start to welcome some lengthening in the physical body. So if your back is resting against the chair or whatever you find yourself sitting on, you'll want to start to lengthen through the spine. So you'll allow some space between you and the seat. So you might have to move forward on the chair a bit. You're going to start to allow the crown of the head to ascend towards the ceiling. And as you continue to move and breathe and come into lengthening, you're going to allow kind of this natural engagement in your core. So as you lengthen through the spine, it might start to bring more awareness to your center, your core, your abdominal muscles. And then your hands can still then once again find a restful place, either at sides or on the thighs, and just continue to breathe. And what I want you to do here is when you're moving from that space of being restful in the back of the seat to lengthening through the body, just notice any differences in where you feel the breath. So you might notice that maybe if you're relaxed on the back of the seat, that you didn't feel the breath as much in the belly or certain places in the back. And just notice if any of that changes as you're breathing. Something else you might notice is that maybe your breaths take up more space. Maybe they feel more fuller in the body, or maybe they naturally become deeper. So maybe your breaths were a bit shallow. And as you continue to find that lengthening, crown ascending towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed away down from the ears. And you just feel it deeper in the body, the breath taking up more space in the physical body. That's going to open up more of the energy channels in the body. It's also going to start to move any stagnant energy. All right. So go ahead and take any nice, deep, profound releases, exhalations on your next upcoming breath to just let go of anything that's asking to be released. We're going to start to move into physical movements to get our body moving and just support that movement of stagnant energy through the body to help it release. As we're moving through our body and stretching and flowing, that stagnant energy is going to be released through our exhalations, allowing new rejuvenating energy in on the inhale, and exhaling anything that no longer serves us on the exhale. So if the legs are soft, you just want to bring some awareness into the legs. Maybe you still have a block underneath you like I do, so that the feet don't touch the floor. Then you have something sturdy underneath. You do have that option if you'd like a little stretch, especially like the calves or the hamstrings if they're feeling tight. You can get rid of the block and allow those bottoms of the feet to kind of gently press into the earth, make sure that the heels are connected to the earth. And that is going to allow the start of a gentle stretch, especially on the back body and down through the foot, the heels. So that just kind of welcomes this lengthening through the body, our crown ascending to sky and the feet descending towards earth. And we're going to go ahead and just start with some head circles there. The eyes could be closed or opened. It's up to you. Sometimes it's nice to allow the eyes to kind of guide the way as our head circles make their way around. I'm just going to go through kind of a little full body warm up here. So just taking it in whatever direction you decided to start with your head circle. This is going to start to stretch into the spine, the chest. And then the next time you take your head circles around, the chin close to chest, you're going to hold there for a moment so the head will be tilting forward. It's going to allow a little stretch down the spine, down the back. And then you'll take your head circles in the opposite direction. Once again, the next time the chin comes close to chest, head tilted forward, go ahead and pause there. Take some breath. And then if you'd like, you could allow the hands to softly clasp or intertwine behind the head to allow a little more pressure and stretch on the spine. The elbows can be soft. And you're going to gently raise the head. We're going to open up the arms. And then the hands can support the head as you start to tilt the head up towards the sky and tilt the head back. That's going to start to open up through the chest, the front body, the belly. And then we'll take it forward once again. Just moving nice and slow. This is going to start to open up through the shoulders, the shoulder blades in the back. And then slowly lift the head once again, bringing it through center, tilting it back just a smidgen. And then returning it to center. Arms can fall down at sides. You're going to bring awareness to the right ear, and the right ear is going to fall down towards the right shoulder. So it's going to allow a stretch on the left side. You could use the right arm to come over the left side of the ear or head to allow a deeper stretch on that left side. Gently release, and then we'll take that to the opposite side. We'll bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Option to use the left hand for additional deeper stretching and support. And release. Allow that left arm to come back down to thighs. Hands can make their way onto the thighs. maybe you're going to take a little bit more space between your back and the seat. We're going to just find some center circles here. So just like the head circles, you could start in any direction. It doesn't matter if you start towards the left or towards the right, but we're going to focus on moving from our center. So our head will stay pretty much at center. We won't incorporate the head in for this round, but then you'll just allow like the belly button or the chest to guide the body into the center circle. Slowly come to a pause, and then take your center circles in the opposite direction when you're ready. And slowly come to a stop, returning to center. We're going to find ourselves entering into some cat cows seated. So we're really going to slow down the cat cows today. So with the cat cows, typically we're moving at our own pace and our own breath, and everyone's kind of at their own speed. So with your cows and cats today, just become very mindful of how you're moving through the body. Really fill in the body on the cows and really allow long, deep exhalations on the cat, really allowing the back to round. So the hands maybe on the thighs or maybe on the side of chair, that's up to you where you support your body. And then as you begin, just allow your breath to really be nice and slow and full. You'll possibly begin with that cow, lifting the chest. Maybe the head tilts towards the sky. The feet are nice and grounded on the floor. The tail maybe just naturally moves back, filling up the body with that inhale. And then when you're ready to exhale, allowing that chin to fall towards the chest, rounding the spine. Maybe the hands move towards over the knees on the legs. And when you really allow that full deep release, then move into that deep inhale. So just being mindful of our breath, keeping in with awareness of it, that's going to allow us to stay present in the moment, to really release anything that might have gotten deep and stuck in the body, maybe something that's kind of hiding in there that's ready to be released. Nice, slow, steady moves for today. Move through just maybe one or two more cows and cats at your own pace, your own slow, deep timing. It's a great way to start to work the core also, having that engagement, that awareness on the center. And when you find your last cat, really exhale and release, letting go. And returning to center. Nice. We're going to go into some lower bodies. So we're going to kind of focus on one side and then we'll jump over to the next. So I'm going to start on my right side. And we're going to start with just some knee lifts and some stretches. And then we're going to go into figure 4, which will be a combo stretch with our upper and lower. You could call it seated pigeon. So if you'd like to just change up how you feel the stretch and you'd like to use a strap, you're more than welcome. I'm going to use the strap today just to kind of show how it can be used and the value of that in the practice. Especially if, there's limited mobility up top, or if you're just looking for something different, we can have it where our upper bodies are soft and we're going and kind of lifting and moving with our lower body. So by using the strap, it just kind of allows our upper body to stay a little bit more centered and still, and we really focus on the lower body areas. So you're going to use a strap that isn't like gonna, bite back at you. So just a cloth yoga strap is fine. I'm going to take it under the right foot if choosing to use it, and do so. And wrap your hands around as you need. If you're moving up, make sure that left leg or left foot are staying connected to ground. And even with our knee lifts on the right side to start, check in with that body. If your leg starts to want to kind of wander, the knee starts to want to tilt out towards the right, just bring it back to center. We want to work with this and keeping our leg in alignment with our hips and just moving with your breath. You're inhaling and exhaling with your natural ways. And when you're ready, you'll just go ahead and slowly start to lift up that right leg. And if you're not using the strap, maybe your hand is underneath the thigh, but you could use the strap to lift. It's going to put a little crease, a little pressure into that hip, into that thigh. And then you're going to go ahead, you're going to slowly extend the right leg out, unbending the knee, and it's going to go out in front of you just at an angle. So it doesn't have to be lifted all the way up yet. We're just keeping it low for the first one. Have those toes flex towards the ceiling or sky. And feel that right foot kind of, extending away, kind of gently moving away towards the center as the hip and the leg want to stay seated and secure. And then when you're ready, you're going to bend that right knee once again and lift it up. And then extend and lengthen. This time we're going to take that foot up a little bit higher. Still feeling that foot kind of press away. And then once again, bend that knee, lifting up. See if you can remain on the tail. See if you can remain with that length in the spine. And then extend and lengthen that right leg. Maybe you lift it up a tad bit higher this time if you're using the strap, or if the hand is underneath the thigh, maybe you're just lifting that leg a tad bit higher out in front of you. If you're using the hands as support, that might work the upper body a bit. This is going to start to really allow that stretch, bring it into the quads, into the thighs. It's also going to work those muscles. They're getting some strength building here. And this is all going to go into our lower core, lower abdominals also. So it's going to work that area. And then you're going to bend that knee once again. You could use the assistance of the strap or just your hand. You're going to allow that right leg to cross over the left. You could drop the strap for a moment and you'll find yourself in your figure four. Make any adjustments that you need. Maybe you roll back the shoulders, find some length. The hands can be restful, maybe one over the foot, maybe one over the thigh. And just start here, breathing, feeling the stretch in the lower body on the right side, maybe even possibly into the glute. Your hands can put a little weight, right hand can put a little weight on the right side so that it helps to open up the right hip, the right groin, the right hamstring. And then if you'd like, you could slowly start to incline or forward fold with the upper body. Your vision is maybe just past the mat on the floor. And take your time. We're going to be here a while, really allowing your upper body to help us open up the lower body. So you could incline just a smidgen. And then eventually, as you're breathing, you're going to allow gravity to do what gravity does. And you'll start to lengthen through the spine. You might feel a stretch in the lower back. And it's going to put some weight on the right side so that it wants to open up a bit more. And we're going to really take our time here, just holding, lengthening, and breathing. And really allow ourselves to get in the good and really feel the stretch in our body, to give our bodies time to open. Our body can have this kind of reaction or this response to want to tense up to protect us, but we really just want to allow ourselves to open. Something that can help to do that is as you're breathing, inhaling through the nose and allowing your exhales to come out of the mouth. That's going to help to calm our response systems. It's going to allow the muscles and the tensity to relax so that the body can open. That will welcome flexibility. Breathe there. Make sure you feel secure in your seat, of course. Take another couple breaths here. And then slowly roll up the spine. We're going to leave the leg here. We're going to welcome a spinal twist into the practice. So the right leg is still over left. You're going to inhale and exhale and start to twist towards the right side. So you're going to be twisting outward in that same direction as the right knee. You can use the chair to support you or hands on side body. Chin can follow the back shoulder, and just welcome a gentle spinal stretch. Slowly release. You're going to move through center, keep the leg where it is, and then take your spinal stretch towards the left. And release, return to center. Hands can assist the right leg, returning to floor. We're going to repeat all of that on the left side. So if you would like to use a strap on the left foot, go ahead and get that. Otherwise, you can have the hands underneath the left knee or thigh. Shake anything out, balance your body out, and then when ready, we're going to lift up that left leg. Find the knee lift on the left side, flexing the foot, staying in alignment with the hips. And then you're going to slowly extend that left leg away. We're going to keep it low for the first one. Feel that left foot gently pressing away, lengthening through the crown, lengthening through the spine and the belly still. Almost as if your back body wants to gently press towards the back of the seat and the front body wants to gently press towards away from the body, towards the front. And you're going to bend that left knee once again. Maybe it comes up a tad bit higher. You're going to feel that in the crease of the hip or the waist on the left side. That right foot is nice and grounded to the floor. And then you're going to extend and lengthen once again. Maybe you take that leg up just a tidbit higher than before. And then bending that left knee once again. Maybe you lifted a smidgen higher than before. Knee coming close into chest. Gonna give a nice massage on our organ. And then lengthen and extend. Maybe take it a bit higher this time using the support of the strap or the hands underneath the thighs. Keep it in alignment with the hips. Don't forget to breathe. Sometimes we find ourselves going into asanas and then we're like, I didn't even breathe that whole time. Remember to inhale, exhale. Just allow the arms to support. So you don't want to feel too much tension in the arms. They're just there to support that leg. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently release out of that extension. The left foot is going to come over and cross over the right. You can drop the strap once again if you're using that. Find your figure four or seated pigeon. And then once again, we're going to break into that nice and slowness of just allowing our upper body to eventually fall over the lower body. You're inhaling, exhaling, maybe feeling release as you allow the upper body to assist in opening up through the left side, the left hip. Then we got into our right side. That was our yang or yang masculine energy. Now we're getting into our left side, which is that yin, that feminine energy. We want to balance them both out. So go ahead and just take your time breathing. And if you'd like to add that additional forward fold, you can feel free to do that. Inhale, exhale. As you're doing that, I'm going to check something on the, okay, check the little chat guy. Just naturally allowing that upper body to fall over the lower body, but also check in with that knee. So that leg that's connected to the floor, we don't want that knee to tilt out. We want it to stay straight and forward. And if the leg needs to come up so that you're not giving yourself a trolley horse, just be mindful of that. If it is too much pressure, you could always, lift back up. That's going to release some pressure off the lower body. So take a couple more breaths here. Shoulders are still nice and low away from the ears. You're lengthening through the crown of the head, inhaling, exhaling. And when you're ready, you'll slowly roll up the spine. Take a breath. We're going to find that spinal twist once again. So this time you're going to start your spinal twist towards the left side, just inhaling, exhaling, walking the hands out to the side body or the back behind the seat. Gently release, passing through center, and then take your spinal twist to the right side. And slowly return to center. Allow that left leg to return to floor. Shake or adjust the body as you need. Okay, we're going to go ahead and find a little bit of decompression on the spine since we had those spinal twists and in the pigeon figure four. Sometimes that can put a little pressure on folks, especially if you're dealing with sciatica or anything going on in the lower back. So we're going to go into a seated forward fold. There's always options. Now with the seated forward fold, they have the option to extend and lengthen and just fall and fold onto the thigh. Make sure you feel nice and secure in your seat. You have the option to, once again, have a block underneath the feet. That's going to offer some support and some balance between, your body moving and the weight coming forward to allow some security in the seat and the chair behind you or underneath you, or you don't have to have the block. So it's really up to you. That's also going to give it a little more deep stretch without having the block. So sometimes I like to use the block and then just remove it after a couple of the forward folds just to give my body some time so that I'm not shocking it. So I'm going to use the block underneath my feet. So I have it underneath long ways so that it's nice and secure. And inhale, exhale, and then ready. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. The vision can follow. And then exhale, forward fold. The tail is nice and secure, connected to the chair. It might move back just a smidgen towards the back of the seat. Hands can float towards the earth. The upper body can just kind of let go, release, round. And when ready, we're going to slowly roll all the way back up. Take a breath, nice and slow. Take your time, no rush, no hurry. Come back to our seated position or seated Tadasana. Allow the hands to face forward and be open. The shoulders move away from the ears. Take a breath. Just feel the body. Maybe you close the eyes for a moment. And then we're going to do that once again. So we're going to nice and slow raise the arms up towards the sky, inhaling up. Exhale, forward fold. Once again, allowing that upper body just to fall over the lower body. Now, if you have a block near you, you're welcome to put it either in front of the other block that the feet are under, or if the feet are connected to floor, but you have a block nearby, you could use it to support for this next move. We're just going to allow our feet to take a little bit of a wider stance, still in line with the hips, but maybe more towards the edge of the feet. So if you're on a block, it might be just a couple, not even an inch or so in between the feet. The feet maybe are pinky toe side or on the edge of the block, still safe and secure. And then you could have the other block in front of you, maybe tall side up, and your left hand can be placed on that block. If you don't have blocks and the feet are on the floor, then that's okay too. Just being mindful of your tail on the seat so that you feel safe and secure. The left hand is gonna come in between the feet, connected to floor, or you can still have that block for a little bit of space in whichever direction supports you. And then we're gonna take a twist where we're gonna allow our left hand to be sturdy, connected to floor. Adapt or adjust as you need. And then the right arm is going to then twist out towards the right side. The vision can follow, and the right arm maybe even make its way towards the ceiling or sky. You don't have to go far because we want to make sure that we feel safe and secure in our seat. This is just a nice little stretch and twist. Then we're going to bring the right arm back down. We're going to take it to the opposite side so that right hand can come to the block or come in between the feet. And then the left arm is going to float out to side. And maybe your left arm just floats low. Maybe it floats in alignment with the shoulder, especially if you've had any surgeries or anything going on with the shoulder. Maybe you just want it there and your vision's out to the left side. Or you have that option to take the twist a little bit deeper. You feel safe and secure in your seat. You're not going to fall out towards the right. You want to make sure you stay centered. And that left arm can go up a little bit higher. And then bring it back down. It's all just adapting as you need for your space, your body, depending on what type of chair you're in. And you'll forward fold once again, really allowing that head to find a restful place. And then you're going to take a halfway lift on your next inhale, halfway lift up, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. And once again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. On this third one, you're going to be nice and slow and steady to slowly roll all the way up. So take your time rolling all the way up. No rush, no hurry. Come back to seated Tadasana. You're going to allow your spine, your back to relax on the back of the chair. You're going to soften the belly. The arms can shake out and find a restful place on the sides or in the lap. The knees and the legs can find some restful place. So if the knees want to kind of fall out to the side now, they can well and do so. And we're going to slowly move from our seated Tadasana to seated Shavasana, which just means that we're finding ourselves in corpse pose. We're going to allow our bodies to rest and relax. Breathe, let go. Close the eyes if you feel safe and secure in your space. And then just breathe. We're going to come back to our breath. Full circle to back where we started. The ends are our beginnings. Beginnings are our ends. And just let everything be relaxed, letting go. Your feet can go to the floor if they'd like to release off the block. A few more breaths. And then you'll slowly start to welcome movement into the physical body. Taking your time, nice and slow. Maybe the eyes are still closed. Wiggling fingers and toes, wiggling ankles, heels, wrists. Eventually, softly opening up the eyes as you welcome gentle movements into the physical body. Maybe you move into the shoulders and the legs, the knees, or the thighs and the hips. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, maybe you lift up from the back of the seat, returning to a little bit of length and center. We're going to welcome our hands to come in front of heart, connecting the palms. Elbows can be soft. Welcoming ourselves back to our space. Inhaling, exhaling, any last tidings or little things that are ready to go, ready to release. Any stagnant energy, letting it go. Relax the jaw. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for this chair yoga flow. I hope that it eases you into the rest of your day with light, peace, smile.